Okay, now we are in Unit 4. In Unit 4, we are discussing about preliminary design. Okay, we have discussed preliminary design by considering design for production, design for use, design for maintainability. So all those are some of the aspects to evaluate a design. Okay, so before going into detailed design is the next phase. If a design passes through preliminary design, then you can go for detailed design. Okay, detailed design includes specifying dimensions of the drawing. Okay, you have to select the size, or you have to decide on the size of the product. Okay, that is dimensioning. You have to decide the size of the product or various features of the product. Okay, or the parts. Okay, some products may have n number of parts and you may go for assembling them. Okay, so then also you have to specify the dimensions of individual parts. And then if you go for assembling, then you have to specify the clearance, okay, and which type of it, all those need to be specified in detailed design. Okay, detailed design includes a drawing all relevant dimensions. Okay, then tolerances. Then you have to also look into the aspect of interchange in standardization. Okay, so these things are familiar to you, and you have studied about this in production drawing, machine drawing, and even in GD&T. Okay, geometrical dimensioning and tolerances. So we don't go in detail about this. Okay, since you have studied this in detail in some of the courses. Okay, now so consider tolerances. Why you need to specify tolerances for any drawing? What do I mean by tolerance? Abdul Aziz, what do I mean by tolerance?
Minimum and maximum deviations allowed.
Okay, minimum and maximum deviations allowed. Okay. What are the advantages by specifying tolerances? What are the advantages that you can gain by specifying tolerances for any product or for any drawing? Okay, if you don't have tolerances for a component that you need to fabricate, then as a one who is looking after production, okay, what are the challenges in front of you if you don't have the tolerance limit for a product or for a component? Okay, if you don't have tolerance limit for any product, then the problem is you have to get the exact dimension. Okay, then you have to put a lot of effort and you need skilled labor or skilled operator of a machine. Okay, and you need to look into every aspect in detail. Okay, after that also it is not guaranteed that you are going to get that exact value of a particular dimension and the particular feature of a component. Okay, that's why if you as a one who is working on production, okay, if there is tolerance limit for any component need to be fabricated, it is an advantage for you. Okay, there are other aspects also that we discuss. Okay, then interchangeability means, so when you go for assembling, since you specify tolerance limit, some components uh, are within the tolerance limit, but when you consider the tolerance limit of two components, okay, and which are at the extreme tolerance values, that means which are produced at high limit and low limit. Okay, then if you go for assembling, then it may not be possible for you to assemble two components. Okay, they are selected because components are produced within the tolerance, both the components are in within the tolerance limit, but if you go for assembling them, it is difficult. Okay, then that is another consideration. You should produce components such that, okay, so during assembly you should not face any difficulty, easily you must be able to pick parts and assemble. Okay, that is the concept of interchangeability. And standardization, which are the familiar standard components used in most of the engineering products. You have the standard parts,
bolt and nut.
Nuts, bolts, washers. Okay, most of the fasteners. So they are the standard components. Okay, you have already completed modeling lab. Okay, so CAD lab. In that you designed some of the assemblies. Okay, so you done already some of the assembly drawings. Tailstock, plumber block, screw jack, leaf drill jig, tool of a shaper. Okay, in that also you have already noticed. Okay, it is not required to do drawings or do modeling for the standard parts. Okay, if you go to the design library directly, you can get a particular nut, particular bolt. Okay, these are the standard components already available in the design library of any modeling software. Okay, that means if you don't standardize, okay, so that means if you want M8 nut bolt, you can choose. Okay, that is a standard component. Okay, if you don't standardize, the problem is once again as a designer, you have to design nuts, bolts, washer also, and then you have to fabricate. So that requires additional effort. That is not that is unnecessary also. Okay. Consider tolerances by some of the. If you go to market, okay, for buying vegetables or fruits, okay, the vendor will weigh. Okay, so do you think so you are going to get exactly 1 kg of a particular fruit? Okay, if you want to buy onion, okay, so if you go for buying 1 kg onion, okay, if it is 1.1 kg 50 grams or 1 kg 20 grams, usually what vendor will do, so they don't go for getting that exact 1 kg. Okay, it is not possible. Okay, so if we exchange, okay, so onion having larger size with the smaller one, then also the weight may not be equal to 1000 grams. Okay, that means if there is some deviation also, it may be 10 to 20 grams or 20 to 50 grams, depending on the price of the vegetable you are buying. Okay, so he will give you. Okay, here also, so if you go for buying vegetables or if you go for buying fruits, there is a tolerance limit in weighing. Okay, it may vary depending on consumer and the seller. Okay, so what, according to your common sense or your observation, okay, what is the tolerance limit when you go for buying any vegetables? How many grams is the tolerance limit? And again, if you want to buy 1 kg, whether it is okay 50 to 100 grams, Krishna Vaidya, suppose if a seller instead of giving 1 kg, okay, if he gives 900 grams, are you ready to take that? So plus 50, okay. So Krishna Vaidya, are you ready to take if it is 950 grams instead of 1 kg? Okay, plus 50. So that means that's why most of them not use digital gauge. Okay, so that is a separate thing. Okay, that is other discussion. Usually, when you go for buying vegetables or fruits, the tolerance limit. Okay, so it will be positive. That means most of the times, almost. Okay, so any seller they don't give you less than 1 kg. Okay, so they will give you more than 1 kg. It may be 1 kg 10 grams, 1 kg 15, 1 kg 20, 1 kg 50 gram also sometimes. Okay, so again unknowingly, so there is a tolerance limit. Okay, so in this case the tolerance limit will be specified by the profit margin of the seller. Okay, so you will consider his profit margin. by considering that in mind, okay, so even though if it is not exactly 1 kg, so somehow we can manage. Okay, that is one example. So another example, you can consider the price of most of the products. Okay, since because of some okay, so marketing strategy. Okay, for most of the products, the price will be quoted like this. Instead of 3,000, they will fix it as 2,999. Okay, so then if you buy any product which costs 2,999 and if you give 3,000, do you expect 1 rupee change or you will accept? If the seller don't give you 1 rupee change also, usually we will accept. So that means in our mind also there is a tolerance limit. Okay, so some may accept up to 10 rupees. Okay, if they don't get change up to 10 rupees also, some may agree. Okay, some may not ready to even leave even 1 rupee change. Okay, they will ask for 1 rupee change. Some may have a tolerance limit in terms of paise, 25 paise, 50 paise. They don't go for asking that change. So that means in the okay, in the economic transactions or in financial transactions also, there is a tolerance limit. Okay. So next, come to the engineering products and engineering drawing. Okay, so this is one example of a production drawing, and this is the part. Okay, and I think now you are familiar with drawing. Okay, so these are the orthographic views, and this is the isometric view of a product. Okay, and there are dimensions, and you can see the symbols. Okay, so before the dimensions, you can see different symbols. Okay, so these are again based on the GD&T concepts. Okay, that we will discuss. So these are some of the GD&T symbols. Okay, that you should remember. Okay, if you consider, I think you have studied in production drawing and GD&T. Okay, straightness, flatness. These are the symbols. Okay, so these are single features means related to a single feature. That means a single component. Okay, a single feature of a component. Okay, straightness, flatness, circularity, cylindricity, profile of any line, profile of any surface. Okay, then these are related to two features. That means it may be two surfaces or two edges. Of related features: parallelism, perpendicularity, angularity, then position, then concentricity and coaxiality, symmetry, runout. Okay, if you want to read any production drawing, okay, this is one of the fundamental requirement, okay, or fundamental knowledge required to read any production drawing. You should remember these symbols, then only you are able to read the drawings properly. Drawing is not only about specifying dimensions. Okay, if you specify some dimensions, that is not the complete drawing. Okay, so you have to specify all these things in a drawing, then only it will be complete for production. Okay, that's why production drawing is different from normal drawing. Okay, where we don't consider these things. uh, is it possible to produce two parts exactly alike? Okay, so answers yes, no. Is it possible to produce two parts exactly alike? Okay, so you can start typing your answer. The question is it possible to produce two parts exactly alike? That means exactly same. Okay, so those who are online, everyone must so answer for this question. Otherwise, I will assume that you have logged in and now you are not listening to lecture. Okay, so there are mixed responses. Okay, some are saying yes and some are saying no. Okay. Dhanush Naik, how is
Yes,
it
sir.
possible? How is it possible to get two components exactly alike? How it is possible?
Sir, by designing, sir.
By designing. So it is about production. It is not about designing. It is about producing. So suppose if someone specify if it is a shaft, okay, and the diameter of the shaft should be exactly, okay, so 30 mm, exactly 30 mm. So is it possible for you to produce two shafts which are having diameter 30 mm, exactly 30 mm, no tolerance limit?
Yes,
ಆಗುತ್ತಾ?
sir. ಟಾಲರೆನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವೇರಿ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಸರ್.
ವೇರಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಅಲೈಕ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಅಲೈಕ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ 30 mm, ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ 30 mm. ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ 30.0001 ಆ ತರನೇ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ 30 mm. It should not be 29.99999. That is also not acceptable, or that you cannot consider as exactly alike. Okay. Akash, how is it possible? Akash Gowda.
Sir.
So now do you change your answer, or do you think it is possible to produce two components exactly alike? ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತಾ?
ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಸರ್, ಸೇಮ್
ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Okay, but you can assume that you can do, but if you consider the decimal points, that means you should, if you consider 0.001 accuracy level to that extent, then okay, so it is not possible. Exactly, it is not possible to get exactly alike. So that means perfectly alike. It is not possible. Okay, that's why. So there is scope for tolerances in production. Okay, the reason is, or the fact is, it is not possible to produce two components exactly alike. You can produce two similar components. Okay, so there may be some deviations, but that deviation will be within the tolerance limit. Okay, so the tolerance limit may be 0.0001. Okay, or the tolerance limit may be 0.5 zeros followed by 1. So that depends on the accuracy of the machine. Okay, but in any case, it is not possible to produce two components exactly alike. Exactly, it is not possible. Okay, that you should remember. So the answer is no, it is not possible. Next, tolerance. Two parts can never be produced alike. Okay, so the concept of tolerance is very familiar or very relevant in production. The reason is, or the fact is, two parts can never be produced alike. There will be some deviations. If you use the same machine, if the operator is also same and the skill level is also same, if all parameters are also same, then also there will be some deviation. Okay, the deviation value terms of decimals, 0.00 something. Okay, but two parts can never be produced alike. The permitted variation in the dimension of the product is called tolerance. Okay, the permitted variation in the dimension of the product is called tolerance. Okay, so in case of machines, which are the parameters or which are the factors which will decide the accuracy that you are going to get? Okay, if you consider CNC turning center and conventional lathe machine, okay, in which case you can get accurate dimensions or good finish in CNC or in traditional lathe machine? In CNC. Okay, what is the factor which you can decide, okay, what is the accuracy I can get from a particular machine? ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನು decide ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? So if you say in CNC, okay, which factor or which specification of the CNC machine will describe the accuracy of the machine? Precision. Okay, so in metrology and measurements, you use the term least count of the instrument, least count of the measuring instrument. Okay, what do you mean by least count of a measuring instrument? Least count andre ಏನು?
ಸ್ಮಾಲೆಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು.
The smallest value, the
okay. Least count is the smallest measurable value in the instrument. Okay, similarly in a CNC also there is a term called BLU. Okay, what is the full form of BLU? Basic length unit. Okay, this basic length unit will decide the accuracy or what kind of finish you can get or the accuracy. It is similar to the least count. Okay, if the basic length unit of a CNC machine is 0.01 mm, then if someone specify, okay, 21.11 mm, you can achieve by using that machine. If someone specify 21.111, then it is not possible to get with that CNC machine. Okay, similarly like measuring instruments, for the machines also there will be a value, okay, basic length unit, okay, that will decide the accuracy of the machine. Okay, next, standardization. Use of standard components not only reduces the cost but also eliminates the wastage of design efforts. Again, you have practically you have realized in CAD lab, okay, you can make use of the design library. You can insert required threads, okay, required nuts, bolts, washers. Okay, you can specify the M8 and again small, big. There are, you can choose the required fastener from the design library. That will reduce your design efforts. Otherwise, what you have to do, you have to once again, if you have to go for designing the nut, bolt, washer. Okay, so that is the advantage of standardization. And another thing is you need not produce these components. Okay, easily you can procure from others. That's why most of the companies, they don't manufacture, go for producing nuts, bolts, washers like these components. Okay, they will procure from others. Next, interchangeability. It is needed to obtain maximum efficiency and least cost at the assembly stage. If the parts were not fully interchangeable, additional effort may be needed for finding parts that fit together. Since you specify tolerance limit, and if you get two components which are at opposite extremes, then it is difficult for you to assemble them. Okay, that is the concept of interchangeability. To the maximum possible extent, okay, you should avoid these consequences. That means when you go for assembling, it should get easily assembled. Okay, then that will reduce the effort put for assembling parts. Okay, next, tolerances. Okay, so if you consider any drawing, there will be lower limit and there will be upper limit and there will be a mean value. Okay, or the exact value. Okay, so again, it may be a less accurate machine or it may be a more accurate machine. Okay, you can consider less accurate machine as lathe and more accurate machine as CNC turning center. Okay, even though it is more accurate machine, again there is a tolerance limit for that also. That will be decided by the basic length unit. Okay, so compared to traditional machine or less accurate machine, in the modern machines or in CNC, you can get better finish, or you can get values which are closer to the true value or required value. Okay, but again there will be deviation in the accurate machine also. Okay, and that's why tolerance need to be specified for the components manufactured in accurate machines also. Okay, tolerances with every machine, no two parts produced have exactly the same dimensions. The range within which the individual dimensions lie is narrower for a more accurate machine. Next, there are two components. Okay, so this is the hole and this is the shaft. Okay, the dimensions of hole is specified like this. The diameter of this hole is 30 mm. Upper tolerance limit is 0.03, and it doesn't have lower limit. Okay, so next, the tolerance limit of shaft 29.99 is the required dimension of the shaft. Okay, upper limit 0, lower limit 0.02. Okay, which type of fit you are going to get with these values for hole and shaft? Which are the different types of fit? Types of fit.
Clearance fit.
Clearance fit. Okay, clearance fit. Then which are the other types?
Interference fit.
Interference fit. Okay. So here, for this drawing, which type of fit is applicable? By looking at the dimensions and tolerance value, you are going to achieve which type of fit if you go for assembling hole and shaft. Okay, which type of fit you are going to get? So yav idukke? So the size of clearance fit, the reason is, okay, the size of the hole is 30. Okay, so whereas the size of the shaft or the diameter of the shaft is 29.99. That means there is a difference of 0.01 mm. Okay, that means there is clearance. Okay, so that means you are going to get clearance fit. Next, consider another example, second one, where the hole size is 30 mm. The shaft size, the diameter of the shaft is 30.01, and there is tolerance limit. Okay, so negative lower limit, so 0.02. So here it will be plus 0.1. Which type of fit you are going to get for the second case? Interference fit. Okay. Interference. Okay, these things you have studied are very important. Suppose in if you want to get job in any production company, if you want to work in design field, okay, in technical interview, so they may give you a production drawing and you may have to read the drawing, and at times if you go for designing, they may do tool test. At that time you have to read the drawing, you have to understand, you have to do drawing, then you have to answer for the details in the drawing. Okay, so this completes unit 4